In the vast and unpredictable ocean, survival is rarely gentle. For most predators, hunting comes with risk: broken teeth, torn flesh, exhaustion, or injuries that may later prove fatal. Yet among all marine hunters, orcas stand apart. They are not the largest animals in the sea, nor the fastest, yet they are among the most effective predators ever to exist. What makes them truly remarkable is not their strength, but the fact that they almost never get injured while hunting. This raises a question that has fascinated marine biologists for decades. How do orcas dominate such a dangerous environment without paying the usual physical price? The answer lies in how orcas think, not how hard they strike. Orcas do not rely on brute force or reckless confrontation. Their success comes from control, coordination, and an extraordinary understanding of movement, space, and behavior. They hunt in a way that minimizes risk long before any physical interaction occurs. Orcas rarely hunt alone. They live in stable family groups called pods, often remaining with the same individuals for life. Within these pods, communication is constant and subtle. Each member understands its role without the need for chaos or aggression. When a hunt begins, it does not start with speed or violence. It begins with observation. Orcas carefully assess their surroundings, the movement patterns of their target, and the environment itself. They are not reacting impulsively, they are planning. One of the most important principles in orca hunting is distance control. Orcas avoid close contact in the early stages of a hunt. Instead of rushing in, they position themselves strategically, maintaining a safe distance while still influencing the behavior of the prey. This alone dramatically reduces the risk of injury. Many predators are hurt when prey fights back at close range. Orcas simply avoid giving prey that opportunity. By swimming calmly but deliberately around a target, orcas create psychological pressure. The prey is forced to move, to change direction, to accelerate or slow down. Each movement drains energy. The orcas, meanwhile, swim efficiently, conserving their own strength. Over time, fatigue begins to take hold. A tired animal is slower, less coordinated, and far less capable of defending itself. Orcas understand this deeply. They are willing to wait. Rather than overpowering prey through force, orcas rely on exhaustion. This strategy allows them to remain largely untouched. They do not need to collide, bite, or wrestle early in the hunt. They let physics and biology do the work for them. As the prey weakens, the situation becomes increasingly one-sided, and the risk to the orcas continues to decrease. Group coordination plays a critical role in this process. Orcas hunt as a unified system rather than as individuals competing for dominance. They position themselves at different angles, controlling escape routes without closing in dangerously. The prey becomes surrounded not by violence, but by inevitability. Any attempt to flee leads back into the controlled space created by the pod. This coordination ensures that no single orca is forced into a risky position. Danger is distributed across the group, reducing the chance that any one individual will be injured. In nature, this level of cooperation is rare, and it is one of the main reasons orcas are so successful. Orcas demonstrate remarkable flexibility in their hunting strategies. They do not use the same approach for every type of prey. Instead, they adapt based on environment and circumstance, always choosing the method that carries the least risk. When hunting seals resting on ice, for example, orcas do not climb onto unstable surfaces where they could be injured. Instead, they work together to create waves that destabilize the ice, causing the seal to slide into the water. The orcas remain safely submerged, in full control of the situation without any direct confrontation. In other cases, orcas focus on disorientation rather than force. Sudden changes in direction, synchronized movements, and precise timing can overwhelm a prey animal's senses. When orientation and coordination break down, resistance becomes ineffective. Again, the orcas avoid dangerous physical contact until the situation is completely under control. What truly sets orcas apart is their patience. They do not rush, they do not panic. They are willing to repeat actions, adjust positions, and wait for the right moment. This patience is not accidental, it is an evolutionary advantage. In the wild, even a small injury can become deadly. Orcas that survived by minimizing risk passed those behaviors to future generations. Orca hunting techniques are not purely instinctive, they are learned. Young orcas spend years observing adults, copying movements, and practicing coordination. Successful strategies are passed down within pods, forming what scientists describe as hunting cultures. Different pods specialize in different prey and techniques, refining methods that maximize success while keeping individuals safe. This cultural transmission is one of the most extraordinary aspects of orca behavior. It allows them to continuously improve their strategies across generations. The result is a predator that does not rely on chance or raw power, but on accumulated knowledge. To human observers, orcas can appear brutal simply because they are effective, but effectiveness does not equal recklessness. When studied closely, orca hunting reveals a system built on restraint and precision. They do not seek chaos, they do not waste energy, they do not expose themselves unnecessarily. This is why orcas have virtually no natural predators, not because they are invulnerable, but because they rarely place themselves in vulnerable situations. They win before a fight ever begins. The story of orcas is not just a story about predation. It is a lesson in strategy, cooperation, and long-term survival. In the natural world, the most successful hunters are often not the most aggressive, but the most controlled. Orcas demonstrate that dominance does not require constant violence. Sometimes it requires intelligence, patience, and the ability to let the environment work in your favor. By mastering these principles, orcas have secured their place at the top of the ocean's hierarchy. They do not dominate through chaos or fear, but through understanding. They observe, they coordinate, and act only when the outcome is certain. That is how orcas hunt without being injured, and why they remain one of the most extraordinary predators the Earth has ever produced.